Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show, Santa Talk. I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I know there's plenty of other things to do. You got college football on. You got so much time to spend with your family. So I really appreciate each and every one of you guys here. We've got some special guests with us tonight, guys. I'm really excited about these guys. They call themselves the Santa Squads. A bunch of Santas that just are three Santas that become friends. We're going to let them explain how they met and how they became good friends. So I'm really looking forward to this show and really appreciate you guys being here. We're going to say hello to everybody that's in here. And guys, we're going to have these same gentlemen on the Trace Amigos talk show on December 4th, which will be a Thursday. And we're going to do a Christmas episode, and it's going to be a blast. You're not going to want to miss that one. So I'll keep reminding you guys. I'd say mark it on your calendars, but trust me, I'll keep reminding you guys until we get there. But I think the first one here was Jim and Small Town Traditions. We was just talking about you, Jim, before the show, talking about your oils. If you guys haven't checked out Small Town Traditions, please do. All right. And then we got Mr. Noah Miller. How you doing, Noah? It's good to see you, brother. I even said hello. See? Mr. Crackhead Baker. Oh, goodness, Baker. Good to see you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Sanitary, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Born Bearded Dave, thank you so much. All right. Amber, thank you so much. If you guys haven't checked out Amber's new content, Empowered Fit by Amber, Empower Fit by Amber, please go check it out. She's going over fitness. She's a fitness instructor, and she's got some nutrition stuff on there. It's absolutely wonderful. Makes me feel a little guilty, but hey, that's okay. I do need to change my lifestyle. I know that. All right. Ooh, here we go. All right. There you go. Everybody's saying hello. Let me see if Mr. Sean White, Mrs. Claus Vintage. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much. It looks like you've been traveling a lot. Thank you so much. All right. Drew's Property Management. How are you? So good to see you. And there's Bob and Terry. Hey, how you doing, frickin' Frank? So good to see you guys. I know you're driving home. Okay. I knew you were out and about today. Heard somebody say that you guys were traveling, but thank you so much. Hey, Scott, how you doing, Santa Scott? So good to see you. From Buffalo. Thank you so much for being here. And always, as well. Guys, sometimes I hate that I work the schedule that I do and I miss so much and I have to go back and watch replays on things. But hey, hence why I'm on here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Saturday, right? But guys, I have gotten to know these guys and had a chance to been hanging out with them. It was kind of become a little, I would say, a mini tradition so far. After the Santa Talks on Saturdays, they've allowed me to join them on a Zoom call or a messenger call, and it's been so good getting to know these guys. Each one of them are special, and it's so neat hanging around other Santas and talking to other Santas. They've got the same likes and ambitions that you do, right? So without further ado, I say we bring them on, and I hope. Give them your support. If you have any questions, please, by all means, ask your questions in the chat and get to know these guys, because I'm going to tell you what, we're going to have a blast on the Trace Amigos show. So this is their warm-up. So without further ado, we are going to welcome, you all know him, you all love him, Santa Allen. We're going to welcome Santa Willie.
Hey!
And Santa Daniel. How's it going, guys?
Hello. Hey, fellas.
Oh, it's good seeing you all.
Good seeing you here. It's been a minute.
It's party time, party time.
That's right.
There we go. Well, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and share your experiences and share your testimonies, Santa testimonies with us. And because I really want people in the Santa community to get to know each other. You got people like Sean White, who's out there inviting people on her show, Mrs. Claus Vintage, and allowing you. And now she's kind of reached out and involved more into the bearded community as well. And just inviting people to kind of get involved and get to know each other more. And that's what it's all about ultimately, right? So
yes,
thank you all so much for coming on and sharing your experience. But what I would like to ask, first of all, and I'll just go with Santa Daniel, is how did you guys all meet and become good friends and tell me about the Santa Squad. How did you guys become the Santa Squad?
Well, last year we went to the Santa School in Midland, Michigan, and the three of us just happened to get together at dinners and started talking about being Santas, and we got together, became close friends. We chat with each other when we're not around. I'm always getting calls from Santa Allen, and we got with us, we now Zoom every Saturday as much as we can. I'm camping, so it's a little bit harder for me, but that's how we got together. And then we decided that the Tres Amigos had a name. We needed a name. So we just went through a bunch of names, and the Santa Squad stuck out.
Right. But Daniel,
Yes, sir.
Alan is a huge superhero fan. He's into those things. And he was the one, I think he's the one that came up with Santa Squad, and they would be defenders of the Christmas faith or something.
Right.
We had this long conversation about it in Chattanooga at the, I forget what event that was, but yeah.
The Santa Family Reunion.
Reunion, that's what it was, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Claus Vintage is asking, will you all be in Midland this year? I don't know
Yes, we will.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll be at the Charles Howard School. Yes, we will be there.
Oh, great.
Yes,
I think those
all
three
three of
will.
us.
I'm talking to them about that because that's on my bucket list. I have not yet been, but I would. That's definitely on my bucket list, Sean. I would love to. It would be such an honor and a humbling experience to be able to go there. But okay, let me ask y'all this. So you came up with a Santa Squad, and that makes sense now since Santa Allen, he's kind of like a superhero thing because, you know, I know on my channel, on my YouTube channel, I kind of did some crossing of Christmas and my two passions is Christmas and I love Star Wars. So I kind of did like a recreation of Santa as a Star Wars character, and I didn't know how people were going to accept it, but Santa Allen really have been very supportive of it, and I love it. I'm like this. Started getting a little traction, but that makes a lot of sense now as far as him and the superhero type thing. But so you guys met at the Charles Howard School. You just started talking, things clicked. You became the Santa Squad. And I think that's so beautiful because that's how relationships, lifelong friendships start in life, right?
Oh, definitely. And then we ended up going down to Gatlinburg for the Santa Family Reunion, and we all got there, and now we're going back to Midland again. So, and we're looking at other things to do together for different places to go, like in Branson, and like you said, for that next beard one, we're going to go to, at least we're planning on going.
Right.
And
yeah,
what
Lord, don't rise. We will be there.
What Santa Daniel is talking about is the Buckeye Beard Battle, which is a beard competition. Next year, now I went this year, and I went as Santa Tom, and had people just got a chance to meet a lot of really good people there. Well, the guy who puts it on wants to have a Santa category next year, and I mean, he wants to go full bore with, you know, Santas in full dress and costumes and their beards. And he asked if I would, you know, if that would be something that, and I said, well, I'll start reaching out to the Santa community, anybody that's around the Columbus, Ohio area. That would be so great. And the kids and the families that would be able to come there and just get a chance to meet all the families. I'm looking forward to it. But I'm taking up the time here, guys. I want to get to know each and every one of you guys. And let's start. I want to start with Santa Allen and let Santa Allen kind of talk about what got you into wanting to be a Santa Claus. And I know we've kind of talked about this. So even if you're a little briefer, that's okay, because we've had you on the show twice, but that's okay. I want people to know what got you interested in becoming a Santa Claus and what's the passion behind and what makes Santa Allen.
Well, thank you. About this will be our 5th year. 5 years ago, my neighbor, Mr. Tim, and I, for years, we always try to compete against Halloween who had the best props or whatever. And it just grew. And we were known as the two houses to go to on Halloween. And then I think it was in 2021, after Halloween, we had a massive crowd here. And him and I were talking, and I said, look, it's a crying shame we have 2 hours for Halloween, but not for Christmas. He's like, well, Mr. Allen, we can do that. I said, really? He goes, yeah, obviously you're going to be Santa. I'm like, what? He goes, well, your last name is Claus. And I said, well, I guess I am a distant cousin from you know.
It's a curse, really.
So we went ahead and decided to do that year. We put the word out through our neighborhood, and we had quite a few visitors show up and everything. And then the following year, we did it again. We had even more people show up. So it's starting to grow. Now, in 2023's Christmas, looking at the pictures, which were really good that people took, my neighbor was the Grinch, his wife's Martha May, of course, my wife's Mrs. Claus, all right? They all looked good. I didn't. I had the fake beard, the fake outfit, the fake tube covers, all that stuff. And after the event was over with, we call it the neighborhood Christmas gathering. But after the event was over with, and I was talking to my Mrs. Claus here about it, I said, people are taking their time of their busy Christmas holiday season to come visit us at our homes when we throw these little, for the event for the neighborhood. I said, they deserve a real Santa. And she goes, well, that's not a bad idea, but you're going to start growing a beard. I said, okay. So we did that and I started doing all that. And I said, I need to get educated. So let's look online here. We found the Charles Howard School. I said, sign us up right off the bat. Sign us up. We're going. We are going. I want to get a degree. I want to learn this stuff. If I'm going to be Santa, I want to be the best Santa that I could possibly be. And Charles Howard School was a lot of fun. It brought the 5-year-old kid in me. And then in 2024, I actually had a nice suit, and changes were made in our props and stuff, our yards, and more people came by. And when you have not only the children believing that you're Santa, but also the parents come up to you and say thank you for doing this for us, because we couldn't go see a Santa somewhere else or whatever, but they have more fun here because we're all 4 of us Christmas performers. We participate with the folks that are all out there, in front of our houses to make this a nice evening for a family to come to. And of course, when I was in the school with Charles Howard there, I mean, it just really enforced the calling for me to become Santa. And now living like Santa throughout the whole year now, it's helped me personally. I have a lawn care business, and my clients, they like the fact they have a Santa on a mower cutting their grass. They're out there sometimes videotaping me. And stuff,
Love that.
and making faces and stuff, and they're just laughing. And it brought so much happiness to these fine folks and stuff. So, and yes, you get a little bit of the attention through the public now, but it's really amazing how a stranger can come up to you and talk to you about anything, and before you know it, that person's life story, and all it takes is just a little bit of time to listen to them. And I've really enjoyed that. I'm like, all right, great, and I tell them about our neighborhood and stuff like that. But the neighborhood, my wife and I, we are known as Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and of course my neighbors, they are known as the Grinch and Martha May. So this has been going on for a while, a couple of years now, and it's just, I can see it growing and growing and growing, and I want to be the best I can, because I want to bring those memories to the children, bring the memories to the parents when they were children, and everything. So it's a lot of fun. As long as it stays fun, I'm good with it. So that's basically how I got it. But I'm not giving it up. I'm Santa.
There you go.
I love it.
Yes,
yes. Absolutely beautiful. Now, let me ask you this, Santa Allen. Now, Mrs. Claus, was that something that took a little convincing, or were you both kind of all on board together?
Yes, she is the expert with the computers and advertising. I mean, she knows all that stuff. I don't know. So she likes to be behind the scenes, but she's coming forward a little bit, and we're having fun with it. So, and that's all that matters. So, but yeah, she looks Claus, and she looks good in her outfit.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
You both look great. Your beard is looking great. It's looking like you're about ready for the season. And hey, you guys just have a blast this year. And I thank you so much for your friendship. All right.
Hey,
Next.
right there.
Next, let's talk to Santa Daniel and ask him the same thing. What made Santa Daniel catch that fever of wanting to be Santa Claus?
For me, I lived in Michigan for a long time, and I knew of the school, but never had the time to do it. And I was a naval reservist, so I couldn't grow my beard. I had to stay shaved. And when I finally retired in 2017, I said, it's time. I'm going to set it up. I did some little things around the community that I'm in with them. We have a golf cart parade at Christmas time, and I dressed as Santa in the outfit that you see where I'm holding the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody loved it. The tradition, they loved that outfit, and it just, I'm here to make the kids happy, make the adults happy. 2023, I had the opportunity to go home to where my kids were here in Michigan from Florida, and I went on Christmas Eve, flew on Allegiant Airline, dressed as Santa Claus. And that was fabulous. People loved it in the airports. The people loved it on the plane. It was a great experience. And last year I did some different grand openings of a couple stores. I did a thing for a car dealership, but I had two that I really, really, really touched my heart. Is I had a family get a hold of me that their brother played Santa for their kids, and he did it every year. And last year he had passed away. And so they were looking for a Santa, and a friend of mine got a hold of me. And I said, hey, that's me. I got to do it. So I went and I did it for them. It made them happy seeing Santa. I gave them gifts. It was a beautiful thing. And then I also did a adult community, an adult home. And going to every one of those rooms and seeing those people, it really tears at your heart, but it brings a smile to their faces, especially ones that don't have family coming to visit them. And that's me. I love doing it. I'll do it for anybody. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the smiles. And that's why I do what I do.
Those are priceless.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Well, now we're going to move on to Santa Willie and find out what made Santa Willie catch that Santa fever and want to do what he's doing now.
Thanks, Santa Tom. And thanks for having us on. This is great. First time, long time. So I had some big life changes about 3 years ago. And I really did some soul searching, and I needed to find a different path in life. I wasn't doing what I should be doing. And so I felt like as part of my recovery, I needed something that I could do that was positive, a positive influence instead of being a negative influence on this world. And it was very important. I didn't know what it was, but it felt like it was important. And about that time I saw an advertisement online for the Howard School. And I have a beautiful grandbaby, and something like that would be cool if I could know Santa Claus and maybe become part of the Santa Claus family. So anyway, I decided I figured this is what I'm going to do. And like Alan said, my wife supported me, Mrs. Claus supported me, and she is Mrs. Claus with me. I know she does it for me. It's not her favorite thing, but she does enjoy the smiles and that type of thing that, we see, and just, it tugs at your heart. So anyway, I go to the school and I meet these guys. Just a great group, right? And we're not necessarily the same. We all have different specialties. This will be my third year as a Santa, second as a professional Santa. And these guys push me because they have different skills. And Alan always jokes about he's a caboose, whatever. But
Right.
I don't look at it that way. I mean, Alan has got a talent with building things, and he is relentless.
Yes.
He is Santa, and he's going to make sure he's the best Santa he can be, just like he said. And I'll vouch for you, brother. That's exactly how you are. But it's motivating
definitely.
to me. It's, that support was something I needed at a time in my life. And man, life is so much better now. This is something that I needed personally on a lot of levels. And, seeing those smiles. And last year, Mrs. Claus and I were at a Santa's workshop. And at the end, we got a whole box full of the letters that kids had written to Santa Claus. And they said, "Here you go, Santa." And I said, "Well, what do I do with these?" She said, "We'll take them back to the North Pole." So, okay. But so we took them home, and our daughter and her fiance were up that weekend. And so we sat down at the table and we started reading these letters to Santa Claus from all these kids that we had seen. Over 300 kids, I think we saw, which for being our first time as professional Santas was a little overwhelming, but we survived it. And just the stories that were in there, they made you laugh, they made you cry. But it had such a great feeling. And to do that together with Mrs. Claus and my daughter and her fiance was great. I mean, those are memories that are just, you can't take those back. It's great. So that's kind of my story. I don't know.
And you're
Anything else,
sticking
guys?
to it.
That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. That's right.
Well, that is absolutely beautiful. And I want to ask you guys a couple more questions, but we have a couple beard company owners in here. And one of the things, the reason why I started this channel was to kind of get people in the Santa community to, and not saying that there's not people out there that don't know how to take care of their beard, but my goal is to make sure, because for me, taking care of your beard is almost therapeutic. It's almost a mental health thing for me, right? It gives you something to do, gives you something to look forward to. And I think we all need that no matter what it is. And grooming yourself, I think, is a good thing. How much have you guys learned in the last several months of starting to get, because I know you guys have kind of started getting involved in the bearded community. How much have you guys learned, and what is the most important thing you think you've taken out of learning to kind of care for that beard? Because that's the most questions I get from Santas is I get messages every day. Hey, what can I do to take better care of my beard?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, and I was one of the ones that asked you.
Yes, sir.
And I wasn't sure how to do it. And now that I know, the big thing now is instead of the female in my house spending more time in the bathroom, I am now. 'Cause I'm taking care of my
You too.
beard.
I love it.
But I always had a problem with itchy and flaky beard or, skin, and would drive me crazy. And it made me want to shave it off. I don't know how, I didn't know how I was going to handle it when it got, half this length. And, through watching shows like your show and going online and reading the reviews and just the episodes you've had that specifically talk about the beard and, what the oil's purpose is, that helped a ton. Just knowing that I needed to have oil in there. But yeah. And then talking with these guys, it comes up and we have different style beards, but we still, use the same type of products.
Isn't that something that, there's it's almost like a fingerprint. There's really not two beards the same. But it's amazing that I love looking at all the different Santas. We were talking about this before the show. I've got so many Santa friends on Facebook that I don't know personally. It's just through the community, right? And everybody has a different style of beard, and it works. At the end of the day, when you put that red suit on and you get it to where you want it and you got that color right, it works. And I absolutely love it. Santa Alan, you've kind of come into you've kind of become well known in the bearded community because you kind of come in full bore and everybody absolutely loves you. And so tell me how it's kind of affected your journey in the Santa Claus.
Well, since like I said, I'm a retired firefighter. Been retired now for like 13 years. I have my own little grass cutting side business here now, and since I'm growing the beard and everything, I got to make sure I keep it clean and stuff. And I didn't know other than just using regular shampoo and like for my hair or whatever like that. So, but from your show and then learning about the Trace Amigos shows and the other shows that come up also throughout the whole week, watching those, learning from them, I had no knowledge at all as far as beard butters, oils, balms, anything else. But these shows have taught me this, and they're also entertaining. That's the main thing. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. And like I said, I've started a nice little collection now. I mean, if you don't mind, as a matter of fact, today's, I've got for butter, I got the good old Stay Bearded North Pole, which is really nice.
There we go.
And oh yeah,
is that a minty scent, Alan? Is that minty?
It's this one here is more of a pine scent. But
Okay.
It feels good. It just feels good on the skin. It's like, oh.
Okay. So you're not walking through a pine forest in the winter. It's just a pine.
Right.
Maybe. It smells good. I like it.
All right.
That's all it counts. As long as I like it. As long as I like it.
No. As long as Mrs. Claus likes it.
For that too.
Yes.
And for this special occasion on this show today, on my left side, I am wearing Santa Sleigh from Flaming Beard. Good stuff. I like this one. And then on my right side, from Small Town Traditions here, I got the sample of Santa Tom's workshop because we're on Santa Tom show. This one smells really good too. So I feel like I'm Mr. December right now. You know, I'm smelling so good right now. You know, got that Christmas spirit going. You know, and it just feels so good. I'm like, ooh, it feels great.
Okay, but what scent do you use when you're mowing?
Mowing?
Do you have a special scent for?
I've got so many bottles now. I grab this one, and I'll put some in and stuff. So, but you know, of course, cutting all day long, it'll wear off, and I'll be getting dirt and grass clippings, whatever else and stuff. So when I come home, you know, you got to get your shower. I mean, I'm in there scrubbing because I want to try to get all the dirt and stuff out of my beard, and put all the good stuff in there so I keep it nice and white. I mean, it's still got more stuff here, but it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
This has come a long ways from.
It really has.
It's
come a long way since last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
it looks.
Yes.
Last year I didn't have none of
It
this.
looks great. It
looks
great.
really
You've
good.
done a good job.
So yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's just really good stuff. It's helped me out to be Santa, more Santa. I know Kirk Russell may look cool, but I want to be Santa. I want to be the white beard.
Yeah.
Nobody can do Kirk Russell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not all of us can be him, but Sean White says watch our show Monday because it's over beard care for Santas, and that will be the discussion with audience participation. So you guys make sure you check out that show. That's great. And she also said that was her favorite scent that you had right there. Stay Bearded. Stay Bearded is been around a long time, but we also have, you know, Jim from Small Town Traditions in here. We have Jim in here. We have Chris from True North. They have some wonderful Christmas scents. Of course, I am partial to Santa Tom's Workshop. Because it was my first collaboration beard oil. So, you know, it's kind of special. And Sean's show is the Claus Connect. If you guys would like to watch it and don't know how to, reach out to me or reach out to Sean on Facebook, Sean White, and make sure you check that out and show your support because we really appreciate her support. All right. Okay, so you guys, we've talked about the beard, and you guys know how passionate I am that I feel like your beard is just as much as an investment as your suits, your insurance, or anything else you might buy. Okay, but I think overall our appearance, I think a lot of times Santas can think about their appearance more than the kids do, right? You're kind of more
What'd I do?
conscious all the time about your appearance. So you mentioned Santa Daniel about the reason why you do what you do. And
I lost you.
Go ahead. Oh, I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry. But you do what you do to see that smile on those kids' face. I want each one of you to tell me what that means to you, because I'm going to tell you what, people who have never done this before, it's hard to explain to them that the older you get, and we kind of get more sentimental as we get older, right? But when you see those kids and the looks on their face, what does that do to you? Santa, Willie, we'll start with you.
Did he freeze up too?
I think we've lost Santa Daniel and Santa Willie. Santa Willie froze up and Santa Daniel just disappeared.
It's not me. It's not me. I didn't do nothing.
So Santa Allen, we'll start with you. Oh, there you go, Santa Willie. Go ahead.
He's doing it on purpose.
He did too. He dropped right at the right time. Daniel.
Oh,
Santa Willie, tell us what that means for you. For that, and explain to people how that feels and what that means to you.
Okay, so I've never been a rock star. In my mind, I'm a rock star, right? Playing trombone till I graduated high school didn't cut it as a rock star. But they talk about that energy, that feeling that's in the air, in the room. When we were doing the Santa's workshop last year, that's what it felt like. You could just feel this energy, the kids. It was excitement. You could hear it from laughs, you could hear it from screeches, but you could just feel this excitement. And these kids, the smiles on their face, how they're jumping up and down. And I had kids, and I remember as a kid getting that excited, and that's a great feeling. And to know that they're there, they're doing that because Mrs. Claus and I are there. And they just want a few minutes of our time to feel good, to get in that Christmas spirit and have that moment. And I don't know a word I would use to describe it, but it's just that feeling. It's pretty powerful. It makes you want to go back for more. And what a great thing. So.
Absolutely. Santa Daniel, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but they kind of tell people, and I'm sure all of you guys have had this experience when you kind of show up into a room and you're just that loud, boisterous Santa, and you got your hands up in the air and telling everybody Merry Christmas, and the child or the children run up to you and just give you a big hug. Just explain how that feels for you.
That is one of the greatest feelings in the world, is to have that child especially if you're in, like the one store that I did for their grand opening. I was in a back room, and the kids went through the store, and they'd come back, and when they entered that doorway, their mouths open, their eyes got big, and then they Santa and come running. It's the best feeling in the world.
That's awesome. Santa Allen, same question to you.
what else can I say? They just said it all. I mean, I remember my first little girl came up to me, and the look in her eyes of happiness and joy, and telling me her Christmas wishes and stuff. And I'm like, just captured my heart. It just broke down any walls, any barriers I ever had, and I was enjoying myself. And that's how I basically it just happens. And through the years of doing Santa, it has really taught me so much. It taught me a lot about myself, to be more kind to people, to be the listener, to help bring that memory back. I mean, it's an honor. It's really an honor to be Santa.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's touch on that for a minute. Okay. So you said that it's helped you become a better person. Has it helped you become a better person through the year? Has it helped you become a different person? That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it has. Okay, fine. I've learned to calm down my attitude a little bit. Okay, the little old chip on the shoulder type thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Thank you, honey. It's helped me calm down. It's helped me to listen more, to show that I care. It really is hard to explain. it's just an eye-opening experience to where you look at yourself. How can I make somebody else feel better, or
Right.
all but it's all positive. It's all good. It's all goodness. And I've really appreciated it all. And I've loved it. I mean, like I said before, if somebody comes to me next thing you know, I know their wife's story. I'll come up, tell my Mrs. Claus, guess what happened today? I was at the gas station filling lawnmowers. And person next to the pump started talking to me, and I'm like, hey, how you doing? Great and everything. And next thing you know, I know their story. And I'm like, well, I appreciate you sharing that testimony with me, and keep up the Christmas spirit. And I hope you have a great day. And they drive away happy. And I'm like, hey, I did good. I think I did good. So there's just so many different emotions, and it's hard. Like Willie and Daniel said, it's hard to bring it out of you, but it's in here. And that's all that matters. It's in here in your heart that you're doing the right thing.
And Santa Alan, it's almost like I feel like it's a responsibility I have to be Santa. Santa time, you asked, does it change me through the year? I think so. I'm not a saint. I'll never will be a saint. Sure. But I think that is front of my mind, especially my social media or even how I interact with someone in my community. I need to represent Santa Claus year round. Because if I'm going to work and these people are going to take me as Santa, I need to be that person. I need to be one of the Claus brothers. I need to be part of that Santa family. I want to do that because it's good for others, but it's my responsibility. And it makes me feel good. Again.
And that's the big thing is it really does. And a few years ago, I lost a friend of mine on Thanksgiving, and I just went into a slump. I didn't care about Christmas that year, didn't care about anything, and then I started getting back into it, started feeling better. And once I grew the beard, I became the person.
Well, I think you guys hit on a good, hey, Frankie J, thank you for coming in, brother. I think you guys all touched on great points because I think you're right. Right. What happens if again, none of us are saints, right? But what happens when you're out there or something gets caught on social media? It's there forever, right? And that persona that we portray even throughout the year, it's kind of a joke on the Trace Amigos talk show. Chief and Dino have their own Monday Night Mayhem show. And it's a little rowdier, right? They have fun. They, the language might be a little bit different, but the joke is on the Trace Amigos shows, we got to be good because Santa Tom's there. Now, I've never said anything. I've never told him that, but it's that persona, right? Exactly. And I'm okay with that. It's okay to be family friendly. What do we always say during Christmas time? We always say, I wish we could feel like this all year, right? We wish. And what is it? It's the time of the year. It's the season of giving. It's the season of joy, right? And it is possible, and it's hard sometimes to keep that in as your personality year round. But the more you do it and the more you practice it, wouldn't you all say that the easier it becomes?
Yes, very much so.
Every bit, yes.
But Santa Allen, okay, you guys got a cheering squad in here tonight. I like it.
Wow. Okay, I need the story on that because that's my daughter's fiance. Big Baldwin. So if he's maybe we're related, I don't know. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it though.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there was a major announcement on the Santa Talk show.
Oh, that was good.
No, okay,
yeah. Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you, it makes me, just getting to know you guys more, it makes me feel like more. It's easy sometimes to kind of, because we do have a business, right? I mean, as a professional Santa Claus, it is a business. Yeah. But there's a fine line between separating that business and being Santa Claus for somebody, right? I think Santa Daniel mentioned it the best.
Yes.
Sometimes we got to forget about the money, even though we are running a business. But sometimes we just got to. This year my granddaughter's been in the Texas Children's Hospital for 2.5 months now, since she was born, and she's doing better. They're making strides. She has a surgery Monday to hopefully set some things right, but what that makes me want to do is go and volunteer as much as I can at the Texas Children's Hospital around Christmas time and just be Santa as much as I can and wouldn't care if they paid me a dime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
How do you guys separate the business side of things and this is almost like you would call something like you would see in a movie. How do you separate the business side from being Santa Claus from somebody? And Santa Willie, we'll start with you.
Okay. So for me, it's not about the money. I'm doing this to find ways that I can reach the most amount of people. And there's expenses, sure. There's outfits and stuff. But I tend to look at that as my part of giving to this whole happiness at Christmas time there. So while I do accept money for some of the bigger gigs, my favorite ones are the home visits. And, I like doing that with family, the things that I can see, I know it's helping my family or it's helping someone in my community. I don't do it for that reason. And a lot of people do. And look, you do you. It doesn't matter to me. I don't have the high end suits, like Alan. I didn't like Alan, who went out and got a whole new wardrobe. I'm peace of mind together, but it looks better than it did last year. And so I'm taking the slow approach to this. I'm really, immersing myself in it. And, I already found last year, there are certain events that I like doing more than others, and certain events that just didn't feel like I was kind of a prop or something. So, but it's part of learning. So as far as the business part, I don't really have one yet, but I can see it going into that. I've still 5 or 6 years from retirement. So, I'm getting familiar with this. And then hopefully once I do retire, I'll have a pretty good wardrobe set up and really have an idea of how I want to go forward, me and Mrs. Claus.
That's awesome.
Don't tell her that.
That's great.
Don't tell her that's the plan.
Santa Daniel, yeah, you kind of touched on that, and I want everybody to understand this and listening to what, because it's easier for me, and before I get to Santa Allen, it's easier for me to sit here and these guys know, because it's easier for me to talk about, because it's what I do on my channel, is it get kind of more of the business advice side of things, right? So it's easy to get caught up in that mentality. But guys, I can promise you, once the season rolls around, I wind up, oh, don't worry about it. And if I can make some, in the same way these guys are talking about, if you can make somebody's year or make somebody's, because I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing like the grandma that tried to take her child to the mall and the line was so long, they didn't get a chance to get a picture with Santa, and you're there, you'll always be their Santa Claus.
Yes,
it's just
exactly. That's
Santa
like
Allen?
what.
Go ahead, Santa Daniel.
That's like last year when I went to my doctor's appointment, and it was funny because my doctor said to me, because she saw my pictures of me portraying Santa, and she said that the person that she took her kids to get their pictures taken with Santa, she said looked like a homeless person. Yeah. And it was really bad. And it's like, well, you got me now. Just give me a call. I'll be more than happy to do it. And, there's so much out there, so much love that you can put into it, especially if you can go visit the convalescent homes and the assisted living homes,
yes.
And visit those people, because some of them people have no family that visits them, especially down where I'm at in Florida. You've got the elderly people down there, but their families are all still up north. So around the holidays, they don't really have anybody. And to go through there and just give them that peace of mind, let them know that somebody cares. That's what it is.
And I'll move to Santa Allen because I know me and him's had several discussions about this, and it is hard. It's hard as a newer Santa coming into the business side of things because the first thing everybody says the same exact thing. Well, that just sounds like it's too much, But Santa Allen, what tell us your thoughts on that?
Really, I'm just a neighborhood Santa right now. I'm still am. We are coming out. My wife and I are coming out of our comfort zone this season. She's made up some flyers and making some phone calls. I did have an opportunity to do one event, and it was a great experience. But with the owners of the company, I agree with their decision that they made.
Right.
And I was like, no problem. I mean, I hadn't had a job interview in over 1,700 some odd years. And,
Right.
So, but we had fun. They were nice folks and everything. So, but and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's like my brothers here said. It's not about really the money part or whatever. You want to bring that happiness and joy, but at the same time, it does cost. Unfortunately, it does cost to be Santa, Mrs. Claus, or any elves, any other Christmas performer. But you learn how to, I guess, budget your money to where you can. I know Santa Willie here is talking about the new coat I got. Well, Santa Willie, I cut a lot of grass to pay for that.
Is that right? I believe you. I seen your videos. I saw you.
I know. And nothing's. But I'm very fortunate where I could do that.
Sure.
I mean, it's not. Now, if it came to a point where was it going to get a new suit or I was going to buy groceries, well, there's no contest there. I was able to do that. To go out and get a matching coat, custom coat made by the Sword Elves, with the outfit that I got from them in Tennessee. So, but it's okay. It's all right. I mean, I am Santa, regardless. Whether I get a gig or not, I am Santa.
You will.
Yes.
And I want to tell you guys.
Like I said, our neighborhood knows us as Santa and Mrs. Claus. That's where they live. And we're waiting for generations to come out. There it is.
Yep.
One of the things, Santa Allen, I always tell people is don't worry about, people worry, oh, I haven't got any gigs yet. Or I haven't got as many. It's okay. Because I promise you, the closer things get, it always works out. And we all tend to kind of get that panic, especially for the people, because there is a lot out there that do invest a lot. Okay. So, I've mentioned this several times. You got your suits, which can cost up into the hundreds or the thousands. Your boots. Your boots, which can cost hundreds of dollars, your beard care, your insurance, which can cost hundreds of dollars, any advertisements, any websites, anything like that, traveling, wear and tear on your vehicle. We see Santa Daniel sitting here driving it and he's all over the place. But guys, it's okay. It's like you said, get yourself out there. Santa Daniel's talking about going to the nursing homes, going to places where maybe other people wouldn't go, and you'll get more fulfillment out of that. I love doing things for the community, right? I love my neighborhood. And I say I'm in the country, but we still have kind of a neighborhood we consider, right? And I love doing, just going out to the pavilion out by the lake and letting the kids come and take pictures.
Yeah.
You don't charge nothing, but you're doing something. You're helping your community, and to me, that does a lot more, than any pay could ever give. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, the money is nice and it does help pay for the things, but sometimes there is more important things than the money. Is what I'm getting from all of you guys as well.
Yeah. A balance. I mean, a balance. I mean, sure, maybe you have a couple of them that you get paid for that help you get new equipment or, pay for some of your travel expenses or whatever. And fill in with like what Daniel said, there's always someone that will open their doors for Santa.
Yes. Always.
Santa's Restoration Workshop here brings up a good point. You can wear an Amazon suit or a custom suit. The kids will all think you are Santa. That is one. I've done several videos on that. 100%. The only people that are ever going to really say anything as far as any kind of, anything about your beard or your suit, I promise you, are the adults.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
The children, when you show up, you are Santa Claus, period. Right. Yep. And so that is absolutely 100% true. Well, guys,
boy, some of those suits sure are nice.
Yeah.
What is wrong with dreaming? Come on. It doesn't matter what we're doing. We're just dreaming.
When I first got into it, and I've said this several times, I felt like I have a problem in my life to where when I get into something, I want to go full bore. But Santa or Mrs. Claus Vintage, Shaun White had mentioned, and when she came on my show, this show here, and when I went on hers as well, she'd mentioned, do your research. If you jump in feet first, you can spend a lot of money and make some mistakes. And I made some mistakes, so hopefully people will learn from them. And one of the biggest things is you don't have to go buy 3 suits at $1,000, $1,200 a piece. You don't have to do that. You can start off somewhere and every year just kind of add to it or work your way up. Mm-hmm. So good points here. And guys, and we got about 9 minutes left. I'd like to ask each one of you, starting with Santa Allen, where you would like to see yourself in 5 years, 10 years from now, as far as it comes to Santa and your Mrs. Claus. Where would you like to see yourself in the years coming up?
Alive.
That would be a good thing.
That's a good start.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with that. We'll just assume that you're going to be alive.
Yeah, we'll assume for the sake of the live stream,
for the sake of the
you'll be alive.
Right? To be honest with you, I don't know. I'm enjoying this journey, and this is what it is. It's a journey, and it's been so much fun. So, whatever leads us to where we need to go. This is just like I said, it's a great journey that we are on, and I am so thankful to be part of the Santa community, the bearded community, the lawn community. There's a lot of good people out here that you can learn from and apply it to your self, to help make you a better person, better Santa, or all that. It's just the main thing is the good people. So I'll just see where this journey leads us. That's all. I couldn't, I don't know. I'm just riding the wave. I'm just going forward.
Great answer. Very good answer. Very good answer.
Good way to go through life, brother.
Santa Daniel?
Me, I plan on doing this as long as I can, taking care of the people. If it comes down to where I can't go and do the big gigs like the malls and stuff like that, I will still continue to go to homes and continue to go to assisted living to the people that I care about that really need someone in their lives. And that's what I plan on doing.
That's beautiful.
It is, man.
Santa Willie.
Yeah. So assuming I'm alive with Alan and Daniel, I kind of mentioned earlier, I don't really have a plan. My wife and I always joke, we always make it an idea and then we see what happens. We go in a direction. And, I would like to think once I retire from my work, doing this a little bit more full time, maybe for the whole season. And maybe do some traveling with with Mrs. Claus. And we plan on traveling in retirement anyways. And if this could be something that we could use and, and see the world and, spread joy all across, the United States, that would be a pretty cool goal. Will we get there? Nah, 5 years is a long time, but
it's working as
enjoying it along the way. Yep. So.
I think I'm just one person that's always believed of course, being in some of the positions I've been in, I'm just one person that believes it's always good, even if it doesn't work out the way that you plan it, it's always good to have some type of goal, whether it be a year from now, 5 years, where you'd like to see yourself. And guys, I think you all answered that absolutely beautiful. You guys, I'm so proud of each of you. I'm so proud to call you guys my friends, and I'm humbled that you guys have kind of, let me be a part of your little group. You guys are the Santa Squad, but just even allow me to join you guys and get to know you guys. It's been a very humbling experience, and I thank you guys for it, and I appreciate it, because this world could use more Santas. Anytime somebody ever reaches out to me, I always tell them, forget the competition side of things. This world needs more Santas, because I promise you, come December, there will be a lack of Santas for the amount of people that need a Santa Claus, right?
Yes.
So, right. And most of the calls that I get around December time are those grandmothers reaching out. I had a grandmother last year in tears, lived 7 miles down the road, took her baby to the two twins, and they were babies, to the mall because she wanted pictures of Santa, and they couldn't do it. I had spent all day out somewhere at an event and was beat, but how can you say no, right?
Exactly.
And so drive there, and it was evident when you got there that they didn't have a lot of money. Well, that's what the giving is, right? Is like what Santa Daniel talked about, is doing for those that might not be able to do for themselves. But guys, again, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. And people are saying, great show.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, absolutely.
So proud of you guys. But yes, guys, remember, you guys know what I say after every show, and I mean it, and that's why I say it. And these guys embody the spirit of what I talk about when I say, remember that this world could use a little kindness. Be kind to one another, and as always, keep Christmas in your heart year round. I say that because I'm one that absolutely believes it. As corny as some people in this world may think it sounds, to us and these three guys on the screen with me, there's no doubt in my mind they feel the same way.
Absolutely.
And if we could just get one person to believe that a day, guys, hey, we're doing what we're supposed to do.
We're doing it. Yes.
And that'll feel good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, great. Thank you guys so much again. Thanks everybody in the chat for joining us.
Thank you to everyone.
I do try to keep the show, but you guys remember, we're shooting for December 4th to have the Santa Squad. I keep looking at Santa Allen because he just looks so dapper in his Santa gear.
He sure does.
But December 4th, we're going to be on the Trace Amigos show all together, and we will be full-blown Santas. So you guys make sure you tune in, and we're going to have a good time. It's going to be a fun event. So you guys make sure you tune in to Sean White Claus Connect tomorrow night. Make sure you check that out. She's talking about beard care. You guys, everybody can get something out of that. So go make sure. Guys, any final thoughts, any closing thoughts you'd like to get out there before we go?
Stay happy, stay humble. The world needs it.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
Well, guys, I already said it, but I'm going to say it again.
All right. Wait. First of all, Santa Tom. Yeah. Thank you again for inviting us over to your show. This has been a great and a fast hour. We've all thoroughly enjoyed this show of the brotherhood, talking, getting that Christmas spirit going. It's right around the corner. But again, most of all, thank you for your friendship, sir. This means a lot to all three of us here and anybody else in the chat. What you're doing with the channel is just pure awesome. It's nothing but positive and good. So thank you so much for every single thing that you do. And it's been an honor and a privilege to be on your show. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Remember, this world can use a little kindness, so be kind to one another. And as always, keep Christmas in your heart year-round. We'll see you guys.